Hi everyone, and welcome back to Cryptic. My name's Chase. This is Gage.
Hello.
Hello. So today we are talking about the Dyatlov incident, the Dyatlov Pass, if you know, which, if I am aware correct, or if I'm correctly aware, goodness, this is off to an interesting start. You are already somewhat familiar with this case.
Yes. Soviet Russia.
Yes.
We're going back east, boys.
Back east, boys. Get some great vodka in here.
Hell yeah.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
Great time to take a shot.
I know there's a lot of theories on this one. I know there's not really a solid one because it is very strange. Am I right?
It is rather strange. So we're just going to cover it kind of briefly. If you guys want a more in-depth analysis, let us know, and we can leave it to this one because he is great at that. So, let's start.
Let's start.
In 1959, there was a group of experienced Russian hikers who embarked on an expedition into the Ural Mountains. Their journey would become one of the most perplexing and enduring mysteries of the 20th century, the Dyatlov Pass incident. This video delves into the chilling story of the Dyatlov Pass incident and the unexplained deaths of the 9 hikers and the myriad of theories that continue to surround this enigma.
9 of them, huh?
9.
That's a lot.
9 people.
I didn't know it was 9.
Right? Who, have had, varying degrees of experience with hiking. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it gets a little wonky.
It gets wonky.
So, about the hikers. There were the group of 9 hikers led by Igor Dyatlov.
I didn't know his name after that guy.
I thought that it was the pass itself. Yeah. But maybe it was named after this guy?
Probably.
Could be, because how big the case was. So, the group was comprised of both younger and more experienced individuals. They set out on January 23rd of 1959 for an expedition to reach the Otorten? O-T-O-R-T-E-N? How do you pronounce that?
Otorten, I guess?
Otorten?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Russian, we aren't going to know.
Right. The Otorten Mountain in the Ural Mountain of Soviet Russia. Or, of the Soviet Union. Same place, essentially. Yeah. The group's members were passionate about hiking and very well prepared for the harsh winter conditions. They knew what they were getting themselves into. They were like, all right, we're aware. This is Russia. Everything's going to try and fuck you up. It's like the Northern Australia. Just shit doesn't really like us out here. So they know what they were getting themselves into. Mm-hmm. All right. So this is where it kind of gets a little interesting. Is they were all found dead. Shocker. Right. In this, the pass came to international attention when in late February, the hikers failed to return as scheduled. Because they had a route planned out. They let people know, hey, we're going to be here for a certain amount of time, then we're going to end up coming back. Nobody ended up returning, so people were like, what the hell? Uh-huh. A search operation was launched, and this is where things start getting kind of weird. There's a very shocking discovery that their tents and the campsite were unfolded. 9 of the hikers' bodies were found at separate locations in the mountains in various states of undress, with distinguishing injuries or distressing injuries.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so some people were more unclothed than others, and just a varying, or a myriad of different injuries.
Have you heard of paradoxical undressing? You have, right?
It's where, something weird's going on, or you're in a state of despair or distress or something like that, and for some reason, you just start getting undressed. Correct?
No.
Okay.
Not. Maybe that's another thing. But this is that when you reach certain stage of hypothermia, you start thinking you're hot and you take off your clothes.
Oh, that makes more sense.
So, with all the missing 411 cases, a lot of the times they'll be found, or they won't be found, but their clothes will be found. And so a lot of the debunkers who say, there's nothing mysterious about missing 411 or this, would say, oh, they were found unclothed because of paradoxical undressing, where you get hypothermic and you think you're hot. It's this weird thing that happens.
Gotcha.
But I tend to not buy that explanation as much. I don't know, but continue.
So there were various injuries among the 9 people who were found, or the 9 bodies that were found. So the injuries are it's what makes this case kind of weird. So autopsies revealed that some of the hikers had fractured skulls and ribs.
That is weird.
Bigfoot?
Dude.
Bigfoot?
Yes.
So
maybe I think it would be the Yeti, technically.
The Russian Bigfoot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's kind of weird though is I don't know if maybe the Russian Yeti or Russian Bigfoot had something to do with like needing to learn how to kiss, because one of the women's tongues were missing. Very strange.
That is very strange.
The injuries themselves were inconsistent with traditional like physical assault. So it just didn't quite match up how you would think if somebody had blunt force trauma to like the top of the head to fracture the skull, but there wasn't that much damage to like the skin itself, but the skull was fractured, that type of thing.
Weird.
So they weren't quite lining up. Very odd. Also, the hiker's external clothing showed no signs of damage.
Okay.
So the clothing itself wasn't damaged, but they were fucked up.
Okay.
Right.
This is very weird.
At the site, the group's tents were discovered on a mountainside. They were slashed open from the inside, as if the hikers were desperately trying to flee. Their belongings, including warm clothing and supplies, were left behind, suggesting a sudden and chaotic departure.
I did watch a video about this a long time ago, and the guy's theory was that a fire started inside the tent, and so to get out of the tent they cut it open. I don't know, I'm just saying.
Okay, interesting.
There's one theory.
My thought to that would be, couldn't you tell like burnt materials?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like burnt plastic, I guess. I don't know, maybe these are much thicker tents or different types of tents.
Maybe it's like leather or something, I don't know.
Could be. So, with all of these strange instances, it turns to a bunch of different theories and speculations. So, over the years, there are numerous theories that have emerged to try and explain the deaths, reflecting the mysterious circumstances. And the theories range from things like natural disasters, possible avalanche, severe weather, to more possibly sinister explanations. Some people think maybe military involvement, something like animal attacks, or the Yeti.
Or
Bigfoot.
aliens.
Or aliens.
Are we going to UFO this one?
Actually, yes. That is a theory. Some people are thinking that there may have been UFOs here because, well, who knows? Anything strange can be UFO.
I mean, if we take all of these injuries, I mean, it's from 1959. But if we take all these injuries into account, you could conceive that a UFO came down, giant like wave of force field came out and crushed all these people or something, and then it flew away.
Maybe.
Or, remember the Bennington Triangle? The dude was squeezed to death. Maybe the Yeti came and just like squeezed the head.
Could be. Just didn't mess up any of the clothing.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. You can get a nice little squoze going on.
I'm just throwing things out, you
Throwing
guys.
things off. So, with some of the official investigations, the Soviet authorities conducted an official investigation at the time, concluding that the hikers died as a result of, and I quote, compelling natural force.
That's right, I forgot that quote. Yeah, so they're pretty much saying they have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. It makes sense. They're like, guys, I have no fucking clue, but they need something to put on the paper.
Yeah.
It's like when you're panicking on a test and you just need to write something down real quick.
At least it's not really a lie. Sure, I mean, some compelling force killed them.
And it's probably natural.
It's probably natural.
Yeah.
Whether it was the weather or an avalanche or...
Yeah, I mean, aliens are natural to their own environment.
True.
Could be.
It covers all the bases, really. You can't say they were wrong.
That is true. Yeah. Can't be like it's not some type of compelling natural force.
Yeah.
So this explanation, of course, has been met with skepticism due to just the lack of concrete evidence and overall just the bizarre nature of this case.
The lack of an actual reason.
Exactly. Yeah. So kind of some more modern analysis of this, but in more recent years, modern forensic analysis have taken place, and these examinations have deepened the mystery quite a bit, revealing details such as high radiation levels on some of the hikers' clothing, which is kind of strange.
Dude, I'm thinking UFO.
Thinking UFO?
I mean, high radiation, that is... Unless a bomb fucking exploded next to them.
There were signs of radioactive contamination, so I don't know where...
In the area?
On their persons and their items.
Okay. So maybe these people worked at Soviet Union had a lot of nuclear energy at the time. Was one of them like a nuclear power plant?
Is this just like a hiker version of a Homer Simpson?
Yeah.
Just accidentally took a stick of uranium with him?
Well, I think your clothes might have like trace amounts if you got off. Yeah.
Not something where a modern test would pick up high levels of radiation, though.
Well, that's true. Yeah, high levels. Okay.
So the Dyatlov Pass incident remains overall just kind of a haunting enigma, with more questions than answered. What caused the hikers to abandon their tents and meet strange violent deaths on that frigid night in the Ural Mountains? While various theories have been proposed, none have provided definitive explanation. This enduring mystery continues to captivate and mystify, leaving room for exploration, discussion, and the possible uncovering of new clues that may one day unravel the chilling events that led to the ill fate of the expedition.
Yeah, it's rough for cases like this because we'll never know.
Right.
We will never know unless somebody did it and they admit it. But what are the odds somebody did that? That'd be a weird crime to commit.
I mean, that was everybody in the group is dead.
Yeah. It's a mystery, and it's going to stay a mystery.
Right. I mean, all you can really do is speculate.
Yeah.
Speaking of speculation, some of the possible theories.
Okay.
We touched on them briefly. Avalanche is supposedly one of the most widely accepted theories that the hikers were, caught in an avalanche. The sudden rush of snow would have forced them to cut open their tents and flees, and it may have led to the injuries and their deaths.
So, I wonder... So the snow melted around them? Because they weren't, buried under 10 feet of avalanche.
Right.
So
I mean...
Maybe it could have melted, I don't know.
Maybe kind of like getting stabbed with, a fucking icicle, and then it ends up melting, the murder weapon's gone.
Dude, the perfect crime.
Have you not heard of that before?
No.
Oh my god. Shit, I could have murdered you.
Well, I mean, you still could.
No, that's a common trope. I mean, it's possible. I feel like if that were to happen, though, debris and shit like that from the avalanche would probably come and, ruffle up some clothes. Right? And also, why were some people naked? Or less dressed? Maybe if they did have to rush out of their tent. Okay, sure, maybe they were winding down for the night.
Also, these people died from blunt force trauma, right? Or from physical trauma.
From physical trauma, yes. Some had, fractured rib cages and skulls.
Yeah.
And then there's one woman's tongue who was removed.
But so they died from these injuries, not from, say, getting tumbled in an avalanche, breaking a bunch of bones, and then asphyxiating?
That is my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would think some of them would have choked to death on the snow.
Yeah.
And maybe they could see that from having a bunch of moisture in their lungs or something. I don't know. I'm just
right. I mean,
they guessing.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Another thought is military involvement. Some people suggested that the Soviet military was conducting secret tests or operations in the area, and the hikers stumbled upon classified information, leading to their deaths.
Yeah. See, this is the kind of theory that makes me annoyed.
Why?
It's fucking, it's horse shit, man. What kind of weapon does that to a person, first of all? So the Soviet Union is developing this strange weapon in the middle of the Ural Mountains that would somehow rip a woman's tongue out? It's just it's silly.
What if it's not the weapon, though? What if they came across whatever they were building, some type of a nadir? They were just planning on unleashing it, right? And they were like, okay, we got this top secret information here. They see a group of hikers, and they're just like, hey, Tom, go take those guys out.
You see your tongue? Looks nice to rip out.
Looks mighty tasty.
Nah, it's like that other case we talked about. And I'm blanking on the one, but one of the theories was the guy who was found on the coal pile.
Oh, yeah.
And because he was Polish, one of the theories was that the KGB killed him somehow. And it just seems too convenient and out there of an explanation for me to be like, yeah, the military or the government did it. I don't know. Yeah, that's it.
No, that's fair. It can definitely seem like a cop-out.
Yeah.
What's weird to me, though, is the radiation.
That is weird.
That's kind of what throws me off. So I don't know what that is. If it was like they just came across a exposed like fucking uranium deposit or something in the ground.
Yeah.
Who knows? Another thought is possibly an animal attack. Some people propose that the hikers were attacked by a powerful animal, aka Bigfoot or Yeti.
Let's fucking go. No, I don't. It's obviously not like a predatorial animal, or they would have had bite marks.
Been eaten.
Or been eaten.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess if it was an animal, it'd have to be a Yeti.
Just, I mean, maybe it was self-defense. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah. Or maybe like a giant grizzly bear was just running down the mountain and he just pinballed into all the hikers, sending them with different injuries.
True.
Snatched at her tongue as he went by.
Just one fell. It would have to be a single finger that would just go in and scoop it out, though. Like the finesse.
Yeah. Compelling natural force, guys.
If you want to hear a bullshit reasoning, which this one I think is kind of weird, it's infrasound, which is a more recent theory that suggests that infrasound, which is a low-frequency sound undetectable by humans, may have induced panic and disorientation in the hikers, leading to their erratic behaviors.
So you know what's funny about that? That I've never heard that theory, but I don't hate it. Because sound weapons are like a thing now.
They are actually a thing.
So if the Soviets were experimenting with sound weapons, let's say they pointed it down the mountain, maybe they did, maybe they didn't know hikers were there. I don't know why they would lose a tongue and break all their ribs and shit from it, but
maybe the sound weapon could produce radiation too. Who knows?
I mean,
possibly.
Maybe a primitive form of it, because I know now it doesn't, but. Yeah, I don't know. That's a cool theory. I never heard about the infrasound.
Right, very strange. So
it is a bit out there.
But. It is a little out there. So, with that being said, do you have any theories of your own?
Not really. For one, I do think military involvement is a cop-out. For one, if it was military involvement, why would they even investigate? I'm not going to get into it. But, yeah, it's a strange one, and I really don't have any good answers. I know a long time ago I did watch a good video from Let Me Know about this topic, and he had a pretty sound theory about it that wasn't aliens.
Oh.
So it was not aliens. So it was just like, there was the fire in the tent, they all ran out, they all slipped and fell or something stupid. But it was a theory that he strung together. So, I don't know. If it was not supernatural, which probably wasn't, considering the nature of these things, but if it wasn't supernatural, then it would have been a very, very unfortunate series of events.
That is true. I wonder, could you bite your own tongue off?
I think you could.
Like, I have a very short tongue. I can't.
Me too.
You do.
But imagine, maybe you're running, you're like, stick out your tongue to make fun of somebody, and then you slip and just right on a rock.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, maybe not sticking your tongue out to make fun of somebody while you're all, like, trying to avoid being murdered, but screaming and you just have your tongue flapping everywhere, and yeah, you fucking trip and hit a rock.
Oh, one of the things that Let Me Know said was that in the actual, like, Soviet documentation of this, it wasn't, he says that he doesn't think it was that mysterious that she was missing her tongue, because it wasn't, the Soviets didn't write, like, her tongue was chopped off. They wrote, like, the tongue was gone. And after enough time of being in the exposed elements, there, you know, you could theorize that an animal could come eat your tongue or something like that as you're dead.
Yeah, possibly.
But I don't know. That's just what he said, and more people have said it was mysterious than he has said it wasn't. So
yeah.
But yeah, I like this story.
Right.
It's a good one to talk about.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of questions there.
Yeah.
But overall, the Dyatlov Pass incident continues to be a source of fascination and intrigue, sparking, honestly, ongoing debates and investigations. What truly happened on that cold, fateful night in the Ural Mountains, we may never know.
Maybe we don't want to know.
That is true. Maybe it's just something better left unknown.
Better left unknown.
But if you guys have any theories, let us know.
Let us know, dude, please. And like the goddamn video.
Right.
I'm sick of you watching and not liking. Yeah,
or even a dislike. You know
don't
what?
like us?
I'll fucking take a dislike, man. Just show some type of engagement. Let us know you don't like us. And if you don't like us, tell us why. Is it because my face is ugly? Is it because he has too thick of eyebrows? I don't know. Tell us.
I mean, that's reasonable. So, yeah, just tell us.
I mean, I'm kind of jealous. I have, like, next to nothing here, and then you just got those fucking thick-ass caterpillars chilling right there.
If I could even it out for us, I would. But
I mean, I have a razor. Will you make that happen?
and just glue it on?
Yeah, I have some glue.
Next video, check out this weird shit.
Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, if you guys have any type of recommendations as far as video topics, concepts, anything like that, just let us know. We're just kind of playing around with this, having fun, so any type of feedback is always appreciated. Thank you so much.
See you next time.
Take care.